It has been a ride. It's been quite the fucking ride. Well, here's another attempt to salvage this project. I want to start out this video by reminding everybody that progress is really anything but linear. It's not always, you're not always going to be improving. But, let's see, I don't really remember where I left off, to be honest. So, I don't know, start an update with Nationals. It was a good event. Swim was canceled. I don't know if I mentioned that already or not. So, I hadn't been swimming enough lately, so I was kind of relieved by that. But at the same time, I haven't done a full Olympic distance triathlon without bike mechanical failure. So, I've never really known what my true potential for an Olympic distance is. But, yeah. And race day was pretty awesome. It was a really nice venue. It's just tons and tons of people there, lots of teams from all over. It's really cool to take part in. My performance in the race, though, first, since the swim was canceled, they made a duathlon, so run, bike, run. First run felt really good. I was averaging like 7-minute miles. Really surprised by that. It wasn't like my energy was good throughout it. When I got done with the first run, I had plenty of energy. The bike went really well. I averaged somewhere around 20 miles an hour, which is way better than I expected. And again, still had plenty of energy after that. And then getting into the second run, quarter or half mile in, both my quads just lock up. And I've never had that issue before, so it was pretty weird. They just both cramped up really bad. And took about 2 of the 3-ish miles of that second run for them to loosen back up. So I could have easily averaged 7 minutes or less again for the miles if that didn't happen. And I don't know, it's just something to learn from. My pace was more like 9:30 or something because I had a quick last mile. But yeah, that was a little disappointing. But overall, I did pretty well, I'd say, for not training for a duathlon. It is different when you run, bike, and then run. Just something your muscles aren't used to, so didn't feel too bad about that. And back on the school topic, Nationals was the weekend before finals. It was in Alabama, 14-hour drive, busy weekend. And yeah, not much studying got done, which, I mean, I can't blame Nationals for that. I should have gotten more in before I left, but having a hard time even remembering what classes I was in. But most of my classes went as good as I expected, or maybe a little better, and then fluids was the kicker. I did not study enough for that final, and just bombed it, to be honest. Did not do well, which kind of sucks, and I feel bad about because I enjoyed fluids. I felt I was pretty good at it. I just didn't put the work in, and when I got to that test, I just blanked. But we got a passing grade. What I'll say. Not proud of it, but I passed, and I think it'd just be best for me to leave that there and move on, just get school over with. So I did not get back above a 3.0 because of that. I'm still at like a 2.96 or something, so a bit of a disappointment, but could have been worse. Yeah. And another big thing to make an update on is the Subaru. Whew. Oh, the Subaru. So, I knew it would take a while, but I did not know it would take this long. We really tried to get her running before I went to my internship, but there was just always something small, and it just took up too much time. I was not gonna lie, it was pretty rough for me. I was really looking forward to having that car ready to take down, have for the summer to have fun with. So I drove my mom's car down instead. So I've been without my car the entire summer. Now it's July 5th. Which, I mean, unless you're a car person, it's hard to understand. You know, it's just one of those things that kind of weighs on you. And we thought we'd have it done by the time I went back for a wedding in Des Moines. But once again, we found one stupid little thing. It's like literally just a USB cord and connection to the computer is the only reason I don't have my car right now. And after coming back from that wedding, things just kind of went downhill from there. That was a really big disappointment, having to return to New Mexico again without my car. And another thing popped up that was quite a big disappointment, and it just really made me crack a little, and physically, mentally, was have not been in good shape. I've been hardly working out. I have 4 weeks until a half Ironman, and the longest bike ride I've done is 20 miles. The longest run I've done is 8, and that was just because I got lost and had to run 8. So I will finish. I'm going to do the race. I'm not giving up. I will finish the race or be carried out on a stretcher. I can promise you that, but it's just not going to be to the performance level I expect from myself. So that's just kind of been a bummer. And part of this, sorry, this is all over the place. It's because just the hours I've been working. I've been really liking my internship. Work side of things this summer has been great. I really like it. Jeez. I've gotten a lot of good experience, especially in the kind of management side of things I've been looking for. It's a great company. Got to climb a wind turbine. Well, I've climbed like 10 or 12 now, which was not expected, but that was really cool to stand on top of one of those. Get to know how they work and stuff. So work's been really good. I like what I'm doing, but it's been very long hours. The other week I worked 71 hours, and that doesn't include the 2 hours of commuting every day. So usually up by 4:15, on the road by 5, get to work at 6, and then usually don't get back from work until 6:30 or 7. So that cuts out about 90% of the daylight of the day. If I bike more or less right when I get home from work, I can only get about 10 miles in before it's dark, so that has not been very ideal. And we usually work Saturdays, so that also cuts into my ability to get long bikes in. And while recently it's been more desk work, which doesn't require as much energy, it's still working days like that, and driving 2 hours a day really takes a toll on you, and something I've struggled to get to fit in with training. So training has not been going well. I also didn't know where I was going to be for this internship until I think like 2 weeks before I had to move to New Mexico. And a mix of like not knowing where I'm going after school was over, and my car not being done, just like really took a toll on me. Since I live on campus housing, I had to move out immediately after the school year was over, so I was back in Des Moines for a while, but my car was up in Ames, and that situation just did not go well for me. I gained at least 10 pounds back, wasn't working out, and I still haven't lost that weight. So I gained back all the weight I lost this spring. And I still haven't lost it yet. And my body doesn't perform well when I'm over 200 pounds. And I don't feel good when I'm over 200 pounds. So I've got 4 weeks before this race, and I'm going to try to lose some weight before then. That's pretty much all I can hope to do. I won't have enough time to get my performance up, so I'm going to train. I'm going to try to eat better, and I'm going to try to lose at least a little weight before this race, because I know it'll make it just a lot less painful for me. Yeah, I wrote this crap down because this would go nowhere if I didn't. But to sum it up, I really haven't missed much. I tried to film a decent bit of working on the Subaru, but I wasn't even there for the first startup. It is running. It's just running rich, and we've been having issues connecting the ECU to a computer. And yeah, it's been rough. I have not been in good shape, but one bright side, the weather down here is pretty nice. Sun's relentless, but it's not humid, and work has been going well, so we're going to try to take that. I'm going to say, here we go, and here's not giving up on our dreams.